Now that you can load data from multiple worksheets into pandas DataFrames, let us look at how you can combine these worksheets into a single data frame to analyze all this data together. In this video, you will learn how to concatenate or stack multiple data frames. For this purpose, pandas has a function called pd.concat. If you pass a list of 2 or more data frames to this function, it combines these data frames vertically. It does so by looking for matching column names in the data frames and aligns the columns accordingly, and it appends the data frames in the order that they appear in the list. As you can see in the example, pd.concat combines the 3 data frames containing the listings from the 3 exchanges into a new data frame that contains the original information in stacked form. Let's take a look at how this works in practice. As before, you can read 2 worksheets from the listings.xlsx file using pd read Excel, while passing the respective exchange names to the sheet name parameter. As a result, the listing data is now contained in 2 pandas data frames, assigned to variables with the same name. You can now combine these data frames by passing a list with the variables to the pd.concat function. When you inspect the result using the method .info, you will notice that the result contains over 3,500 rows, around 400 from the Amex exchange and 3,100 from the Nasdaq. If you combine the information from several data frames, you want to keep a reference about the data source with each listing. To this end, you can add a column to each data frame with the information about which exchange the companies are listed on before combining the data frames. This example shows you how to do that. Creating a new column is similar to selecting a column. Just use square brackets with the name you would like to use and assign a value to the new column, like the name of the exchange. Pandas will make sure that this value propagates across all the rows. This feature is also called broadcasting. You then use pd.concat with the new data frames, and you will notice that the additional column appears in the combined version. Let's now automate this process of reading and combining the exchange listing data with a for loop. First, you can use the Excel file object to obtain the sheet names from the attribute of the same name. Accessing this attribute returns a list with the names of the worksheets. Let's assign this list to a variable called exchanges so that you can later use it in the for loop, so that you can read the 3 sheets. Next, create an empty list to collect the data frames when you iterate over the 3 exchange names. Now you're ready to start looping to the 3 worksheets. Just read the sheet containing the data on the stock exchange and assign it to a variable called listing. Then create a new column called exchange to reference the stock exchange. As the last step in the loop, add the data frame with the listing information to the list. Once the loop is completed, the variable listings contains all 3 data frames. You can use this list as argument for pd.concat to combine the 3 data frames and assign the result to a new variable called combined listing. Inspecting the result using .info shows that combined listing contains now 6,674 rows, the companies reported as listed on the 3 stock exchanges. Let's now move on to practice your new skills.